Cena's last match on Raw was a 6-man freaking tag. And Dolph Ziggler Wiggly returns to do the Ziggle Wiggle just to get his ass creamed. What's up, everybody? It's Grim, and I'm here to rant about wrestling. Now, last week, I feel like WWE, somebody fucking saw my video because I made a video that wrestling was dead, it's boring, it's unfucking watchable. And then all of a sudden, WWE is awesome and off the fucking hook and can't miss again. And all of a sudden, AEW Blood and Guts was really good too. And I know a lot of you tribalists want to fight, but guess what? I like both shows, and I watch them both. So I want to talk about last night, though, because John Cena, it was his last Monday Night Raw ever, right? The last time he's ever going to be on Raw. It was his last match ever on Raw. Well, no, it's his last, I mean, he might be on Raw in the future as a legend and stuff, but his last, full-time run, regular match on Raw. And it was a very regular match. Nothing on the line. A 6-man tag. Like, okay, fine. You want to give me a 6-man tag? I'll take a 6-man tag if it's going to be fucking good. They loaded it with mostly legends. And I wanted to watch John Cena. That's the problem. And what do I get? I get, okay, yeah, Sheamus is cool and all, but is Sheamus and JD McDumbass in the fucking ring? I'm here to see Cena do stupid. I know everybody in the comments, oh, you can't see him. No, you know what I mean, bro. Like, I'm putting on the fucking show to watch John Cena's last match, and I gotta look at JD McDumbass. Why the fuck is his ugly ass involved with his fucking big head and his little scrawny pinky finger body? Finn Balor's cool, but Rey Mysterio's a legend. Sheamus is a legend. Finn Balor's, maybe. He'll get there. He'll be a legend. But JD McDumbass, I think that's just a soiled stain on the final match of John Cena's epic legendary career. His last match on Raw was a 6-man tag with JD McDumbass. What the fuck? Why would we? I don't know. Who the fuck came up with that? And, from a promoter standpoint, I get it. They're like, oh, we're going to protect Cena. He doesn't have to do much. And they did like the 6 spots, the 3 of them lined up all doing the Sheamus things. They all did the You Can't See Me. Sheamus and Rey all standing next to Cena, doing it all at the same time. It was entertaining. I'll give it to you. Once we got JD McDumbass out of the ring doing anything and started getting the shit kicked out of him, it got entertaining. And then they booked Cena versus Dom for the Intercontinental title at Survivor Series. And I think John Cena should lose. He's going to lose that belt back to Dominic Mysterio. Honestly, that's what I thought his last match should have been. I thought his last match should have been against Dirty Dom, and he'd lose the Intercontinental title back to Dirty Dom. But now it's looking like, based on this tournament, it's gonna be Gunther. Gunther's a human fart, in my opinion. I'm not a fan. I don't hate him. It's just, there's nothing about Gunther that gets me excited to watch it. So Dolph Ziggler came back. That's the other big thing. Do the Ziggle Wiggle. He comes flying out. And you know what they didn't do? They didn't call him Nick Nemeth for his TNA name. Just like they didn't call Zack Ryder Matt Cardona. And you want to know why? Because Matt Cardona and Nick Nemeth are TNA stars, not WWE stars. Zack Ryder is a WWE superstar. Dolph Ziggler is a WWE superstar. Dolph Ziggler and Zack Ryder won championships on WWE. Nick Nemeth and Matt Cardona have not. Simple as that. Well, Matt Cardona went back on his word. He said Zack Ryder was dead. Bitch, if fucking John Cena calls and says, hey, I want you to come back on WWE to wrestle in my last time is now tournament and be Zack Ryder because that's who I have history with, you fucking do what John Cena asks of you to do. Too stupid. God, these people that complain online are dumber than a bag of dicks, and I can't fucking take it. Grow a brain, moron! Okay, so now that we have that settled, yes, Zack Ryder and Dolph Ziggler made one-time only special appearance returns, unless they somehow get signed back full-time based on the pop, based on the merch. Apparently, Zack Ryder's selling a whole bunch of merch. The Are You Serious, Bro shirts and shit that I had fucking 15 years ago. I was like the original Zack Ryder fan. As a matter of fact, Zack Ryder very much inspired Grimm's Toy Show. Like, I very much wanted to show him my collection. And I knew he was in the wrestlingfigures.com group where you use discount code Grim at checkout to save 10% on all your figures. I knew he was in the group, and I knew if I made videos, he'd see them. So really, like Grimm's Toy Show was inspired by my daughter who wanted to be like iCarly, inspired by me who always wanted to be an entertainer, and Zack Ryder who I wanted to show my fucking wrestling figure collection to. Because he was in the group chat, and I was like, I can make funny videos like Z Long Island Story, and then Zack Ryder will see them. And when I fucking met him at the Ringside Fest, he was like, oh, yeah, dude, I seen your videos. And then that was it. And I was like, oh, I got to keep making them. Zack Ryder watches Grimm's Toy Show. Everybody's going to want to watch Grimm's Toy Show. Dolph Ziggler came back and sold his ass off and made Solo Syphilis look amazing. That was his job. It's called, oh, well, Dolph Ziggler should have won. Why? He's not signed to WWE. Well, he should have been Nick Nemeth, and they should have been Matt Cardona to help TNA. WWE doesn't care about TNA. WWE's working with TNA to make sure that TNA has the funding to be bigger than AEW. 'Cause business. That's how business works. GTS Wrestling always operates to be better than all the other promotions in the area. 'Cause business. Just like they will always try to be better than me. They can't, but business. So speaking of business, also on Raw, like, okay, Ziggler comes back. He was amazing. Everybody's going crazy. Is he going to be back full time? Probably not. But Becky Lynch is out there doing the honors and put over Maxine Dupree for the Intercontinental title. And it's crazy because Maxine was like dog shit. And I mean, I'm not saying she was dog shit. People were online were saying she was dog shit. And remember that whole controversy where people were yelling nasty things at her and they're like, leave her alone. She's trying. And I'm like, bitch, we all deal with hate comments. But yeah, she was trying. And you know, no shade to her. She got fucking good. And Maxine Dupree, you kicked ass out there. You went out there. I mean, Becky Lynch, obviously the veteran, you know, walking her through, making her look amazing. Becky Lynch fucking doing what she's supposed to do as a legend. And putting over new talent, Maxine Dupree. And Maxine Dupree of American Made gets a title before Otis, Tozawa, or Chad Gable, which is crazy. And then, Brock Lesnar was back. And of course, he's a rapist. Bro, as far as what I saw and all that thing, and I'm not trying to excuse anybody because, you know, it's a bunch of horse shit. But Brock Lesnar was named in it because Vince was trying to get him to do things, but he didn't actually do it. I don't fucking know, man. But Brock Lesnar is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, and he was on WWE, and he was kicking some ass and throwing CM Punk on his fucking head, and I was like, yeah, let's fucking go! I mean, anytime CM Punk is thrown on the head is amazing. And then Roman Reigns comes out, and the biggest, coolest Superman punch of all time takes Brock Lesnar off of his feet. And it looks like that's going to be War Games now, but like slapped together War Games. And that's what I hate about it. Like WWE, and this is why I was complaining a few weeks ago, because I was like, we're 2 fucking weeks out of War Games and they don't have a match made, motherfucker. I book wrestling. And you know what I do? Like in August, War Games is coming up. I wonder what's going to be the War Games. There should probably be something in place that fans are going to be hyped to see a war game in a cage. Instead of just saying, well, these 5 guys were feuding with these 5 guys, so let's just slam them all together for no reason with nothing on the line. Like, what's on the line? And you know, it's just frustrating because it's like War Games is an awesome, very special match. It should be reserved only for when a war game is needed between 2 factions, not just every November that we're going to slap it together. Saying. I'm just saying. So basically, like, I pretty much have been enjoying wrestling lately. Like I said, I've been enjoying even AEW. The Blood and Guts got good, and I'm saying, like, I ranted about this last week. I said the Blood and Guts show was very entertaining. Now Ricky Steamboat came out and shit on it. And said, there's too much going on. There was like 16 people in there. And it's like, shut your old ass up. You know? I don't know if he was just trying to catch heat or talk shit. I don't know what his fucking deal is. But like, I look at things from a standpoint of, was it entertaining? Well, yeah. They had 16 fucking women throwing each other on nails and glass and Sky Blue bleeding like a fucking horror movie psychopath. It was highly entertaining. That's what matters in pro wrestling. Headlocks and wrist locks and headlocks and lockups are not very entertaining unless you're fucking Bret Hart or Chris Benoit. You know, like guys who know how to fight, Mr. Perfect. You know, you're going out there going, headlock. Oh, I got your arm. Okay. Oh, I got your other arm. Yeah, okay, let me throw you across the ring and jump over you. Yeah. It's so fucking dumb. Now let's do our finisher to each other 16 times and kick out of it. That's what like pro wrestling's become. And Blood and Guts was not that. Thank God. We got something fucking entertaining. And now War Games is coming up, and War Games is going to be like the PG version of what Blood and Guts was. And I don't know if it's going to be good or not. We're going to have to fuck around and find out. So I'll rant about that here. I'll be back here as always. I love ranting for you guys because I appreciate when you guys put in the comments below what you thought and, if you agreed or not. And, we've been arguing in the comments and there's been some dumbasses with their dumbass takes. And we gonna tell them that we got 3 words for them. Eat it. Yeah.